Every day means every day. My name is Brandon Burns, and in this video, I got to talk directly to the fellas. I've been doing a lot of these videos lately that are directed just toward the men, but I got to do another one tonight because I had a conversation the other day that really rubbed me the wrong way. I posted something on Instagram. Make sure you go follow me, by the way, at IamBBurns. I posted something on Instagram, and I said, listen, number one, everything that you see on the internet is not real. Just because you're willing to lie with confidence does not make it the truth. Just because you say something real loud and you stand in front of a Lamborghini and you got a Rolex on, it doesn't mean that you know what the heck you're talking about. Because a lot of these people are playing these little internet games so that they can trick people into making them rich and famous, so that they can teach you to be rich and famous, so that you can go then build a business off of teaching somebody to be rich and famous. It's this, this courseception type of thing. But anyway, that was the main point of the post. And then just under that, I talked about how if you have your DMs limited and your comment section is limited and your likes are hidden, and you're claiming to be this like man of the people, like I'm doing good things, I'm helping people out, I'm telling people the truth, I'm giving them my wisdom and all these other things, and then you've got, all means of communication with you are cut off except for the ones that you want to pre-approve and the things that you find acceptable, you look goofy. Like, you really look goofy. Because as a man, there is nothing more masculine than ownership and attacking problems head on. Like that's kind of your job. Like, you're supposed to say, okay, here's a set of problems. My family needs stuff to eat. My family needs a place to live. I have a mission and a calling to help other people and to contribute to something that's greater than myself. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take all these problems and all these responsibilities. I'm going to put those on my back, on my shoulders, and I'm going to lead the way. Listen up. Here's what we're going to do. Here's how we're going to solve these problems. That's what masculinity is. It is you absorbing and embracing other people's problems and fixing them and solving them and leading other people through to safety, to the promised land. This is like Moses with the staff and the beard and everything. Part the seas, boom, everybody follow me. This is what we're doing. This is where we're going. You follow God, people follow you. That's masculinity in a nutshell, okay? Now, why do I say that? Because the most feminine, weak, insecure, little thing that you could possibly do as a man is to hide from confrontation with those who disagree with you, or from those who do not like you. Like, if you are so weak, if you're this big boss, I'm going to be teaching the people, I'm going to help you, follow me, everybody, and then you cannot have a conversation where you defend your position against somebody who disagrees with you? Bro, what? You look goofy. And then we're going to hide our likes because I'm afraid this is the conversation that spurred this video on. Somebody DM'd me and was like, well, people do that so that they can feel better about posting on social media and be more authentic rather than just chasing likes. I'm like, if you're the kind of person who is so mentally weak that you're just tossed about and you're chasing likes and validation and affirmation, and that's the point of you putting yourself out there in the first place, there's something so fundamentally broken and wrong that we can't even get to that point of like, oh, it's better for authenticity. If you're that weak where you need to be affirmed in the first place and you can't just say what you got to say because it's your truth, then we got a bigger issue here. We got a deeper problem here. And this whole idea of, oh, I got to be comfortable. I got to feel safe. I got to feel like everything's okay. And then I'm not going to be challenged or confronted when I put my thoughts, views, and opinions out there. That is the weakest mentality. Let me tell you this. When you don't know what you stand for, you'll fall for anything. If you're that person who's so afraid of another opinion that you got your likes hidden, you got your comments turned off, you got your DMs closed, you're going to fall for anything. Because you're basically saying, I don't believe enough in what I'm putting out there to stand on it. Therefore, by extension, you probably don't believe in it enough to stand up to somebody else who would try and buy you out, somebody who would try and push you around. That's what you're communicating by your weak actions and behaviors. So I just wanted to make this video to say, as a man, the best way to handle something is head on. If you made a mistake, you don't go back and delete whatever post you said. You leave it up there. That's what oh my God, I saw this guy, who's the fan base guy, Isaac Hayes. He put something up, and I guess there was this whole, I'm not into it, but somebody posted about it that's in my community, and so I saw it. And it was this whole back and forth, between, he's the owner of a new social media platform, and he went back and forth with a user of his platform, and I guess posted a picture of her from like 10 years ago, and I don't know the specifics, I could be wrong on that, but posted a picture of her at some point, and, I guess was in some way, shape, or form insulting. It just went back and forth. And then he deleted it and then came out and issued an apology. It's like, what are you doing? Keep the post up there and then make another video with that post in the background and say, yo, I messed up. And as a man, here's what I did. I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to tiptoe around it. Here's what I did. Here's the mind state that I was in. It's not an excuse, but here's my perspective. Here's where this came from. Okay? And here's what I'm going to do moving forward to correct it and make it right. And you know what? I don't even mind if you double down on it. You know what? You're like, yeah, she was wrong, and here's why. Here's why I meant what I said. That's better than going back and deleting the post. Like a little girl. Like, in what world is this leadership? In what world is this standing on what you believe in? In what world is this ownership and accountability to say, oh, I'm gonna sweep it under the rug and then issue a little corporate-y apology? It's like, dude, if you really want to be a leader of people, if you really want to say, hey, I got this great new technology, this new platform, you should come follow me. Come on, man. You got to act the part. You got to act the part. So again, this is not me necessarily calling that guy out or calling anybody out in particular. It's just as a general statement of masculine leadership. If you are not willing to own your own mess, to address it straight up, and if you're not willing to be your authentic self, not for the validation or for the affirmation, but because it's what you actually believe to your core, I don't think that you deserve to be sharing information in the first place. I mean, you have the right to. I mean, you can always share your opinion, but I don't think you have the right to feel like you are deserving of people following you. That's a better way of saying that. Because you haven't passed the most basic benchmark of leadership, which is accountability and ownership. So that's my thoughts on that. So if you're a young man and you're watching this right now, if you've made a mistake, dude, own up to it. Just own it. Just be like, yo, this is what I did. I am sincerely, if you are sincerely sorry, don't apologize if you don't mean it. But, if you are sorry, say that. Give me a plan, an action plan of what you're going to do to fix it and how you're not going to let this happen again. And then go about your life and do better. But this hiding mess, you're better than that. I don't know if anybody's ever told you that, but you are better than that. I promise you are. But you got to believe that. You have to believe that your essence, intrinsically, who you are, is strong enough to work through it. Whatever that failure was. Whatever that mistake was. Whatever that thing is that maybe you're not proud of because you didn't get the reaction that you wanted. You got to stand on you enough to know that you can make it through that. And if that's your truth, it's your truth. But don't change who you are and what you think just because somebody else didn't like it. Take constructive criticism, process it, and ask yourself, my cat has something to say about that one, and ask yourself if these are valid points and if your argument is weak, if your stance is weak, and then make adjustments accordingly. Be willing and open to changing your mind, but not just because people are pushing you around. Not just because you're embarrassed of what you did. That's not accountability and ownership. That's, I only feel bad because I got caught. That's not worthy of even being called a man. Hope you enjoyed this video. Send it to somebody who would get value and benefit from it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all the things. Or if you disagree with me, hey, here's your chance. Put it in the comments. Let's talk. Appreciate you watching as always. Till next time, don't forget, every day means every day. Peace.